What's up, everybody? This is Hush, aka How You Stop Him, aka Unstoppable Hush, aka Voice of Reason. Yes, I'm here. This is another edition of Tell It How It Is, No Filter, episode 140. What's going on? See, I got a new chair. I can swing back and forth and not be so stagnant. Yes, blessings to be awake, up, alive, and energetic, still pushing to be great. Change that. Still pushing to be greater than you was yesterday. Yesterday's over. What can we do today? All right, so I'm gonna stick to the usual regime. In baseball, the World Series is set. It's Houston Astros versus the Braves. I'm shocked for the Braves. Houston, not so much. Those was a hell of some series, man. If you into baseball, Boston appeared to have Houston on the ropes, and Houston just did a phenomenal. It was because of that first game they won, though, in the ALCS. Either way, a World Series is set. It's going to be the Braves versus Houston. Football is really getting interesting. So the Cardinals, I believe, are still undefeated. Ravens took a bad L to the Bengals. They're fighting for their division, though. That was for first place of the division. The Giants finally got a win again. The Jets still are struggling. Got smoked by the Patriots. I'm just running through. I'm not doing too much of specifics. The Chiefs lost again. I don't know, Mahomes and company. I don't know what's going on. Y'all be all right, though. Y'all got to bounce back, Only way to go from the bottom is up. That's really it with football. With knee deep in. NBA season is here. How many people was waiting for basketball? It's here, full blown. So some surprising starts. The Hornets are 3-0. Yes, is that still Michael Jordan's team? If so, finally some life. It's early, but that's still. I think that's the first time they started 3-0 in franchise history. I believe the Knicks are 3-1 now. They 2-1, 3-1. They got off to a good start as well. It's still early. I know the Knicks fans have been waiting patiently for like the whole time I've been alive, but not bad. The Lakers got to get it together, but they should. Sorry for the might. AD and Dwight had an issue that sometimes you gotta be emotional and hash it out right there and then. But this is what you have a locker room for. I would have preferred to not see that, and them do that in the locker room, not for the cameras, because they're gonna run wild with that type of footage, which they have. So AD, Dwight, I hope y'all ironed that out and y'all good now, which y'all should be. It's a reminder of the time with Draymond and KD, and you see how they are now. They're pretty much good for the most part. So that's crazy, though, to have such an early in the season of a blow up. All right, so they got to work on it. Brooklyn, gosh, you guys, they need Kyrie. I heard there's boycotting and shit going on outside of Barclays saying, let Kyrie play. This big thing with the whole vaccination, you can have your own opinion. I don't really want this to be a subject matter in my damn podcast, but it's your decision, bro. Like, the neutral thing bothers people, I feel. Like, if a lot of us is neutral, or if we can make the nation neutral on this thing, isn't that better than at each other's throats about it? Because I don't care if you do it or you don't, because it's your choice. So if I have a friend that did it, and I have a friend who didn't, I don't judge neither person. That was for their own reasons why. But to try to enforce and give ultimatums, it just seems like, your rights are not respected. I know that it's a scary thing, and usually people act out of emotion when scared. And when I say people, I mean the government, I mean companies, associations, and whoever. They feel like this is some scary shit, so the best way to respond and react is to use force and ultimatums. If you see it one way and the people you have to associate yourself with don't see it that same way, you feel like there's panic, there's no way to move on. Yo, I don't know. I mean, I can't compare it to anything else I've known in my life or the generation before me, but there's never going to be a situation where the entire world or the mass majorities agree and respond like everyone would like. That's a rare thing. So I don't know why you would think that in this scenario it would be any different. I know you see the numbers, they show the news. These are things that are programmed to think that this is enough to turn everyone. But you fail to realize people have gone through shit in their life, in their personal life, that they would deem way worse than what's on television. So it doesn't rattle them. And you can't be mad at that. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad at that. It's all good, man. Y'all just try to work that out. Yeah, they want Kyrie to play because he makes a big difference. Because Brooklyn is not going to make it. I love how Aldridge looks. I love how Patty looks. It's not enough. They need it. Because when you add another force like that, even if everything else hasn't clicked yet, and that does, it will get them by until everything else clicks. Absolutely. So we're going to keep watching and monitoring what's going on, especially for my basketball heads. I know y'all been waiting, as I said. I think I'm going to dive right in here. So, what do you do in your life? What you got going on? I rarely, no disrespect, I rarely quote Vado. Vado's a rapper, Harlem, holla. He said something very big to me when I was going through some music. He said, are you living or are you existing? That is so huge. Listen to me. You have to decide. And you can't lie to yourself. What are you doing? Everybody has phases. So to be honest, we all could say we've done a piece of both. I have lived and I have existed. But what do you want to be the majority? Living, not just existing. The things you have to do to make this a reality. It takes a village to raise a child, yes. It takes a team, there's no I in team. There's all these quotes and phrases and saying that, if you have a strong structure around you, it'll make the job a little easier and it should get you to your finish line a lot sooner. But what you have to start to program yourself and say is that, suppose that's not the case. This is when you go back to existing because you don't have a team or you don't have a supporting cast that believes in the dreams or visions that you have that you want to pursue. Easier said than done. Again, I sit here calmly and you think that, whatever I'm saying or whatever I have said or will say in the future means that it's going to happen like that or it's just easy. No, but what I'm saying is there's the difference between knowing something's not going to be simple and not giving up and having the patience to say, I'm going to ride it out and see where it gets me. So, yes, We've also said that it's hard to be great at everything. Some people are great at just some things. You know what I mean? Or one thing, should I say. So if let's say you're trying to be a band by yourself, which is impossible, I'm just saying. Suppose you're on the keyboard, right? And the keyboard is your thing. But you go and try to play bass, or you try to play the trumpet, whatever. You might be good, but you have an area where you're dope, and maybe you should stick to that. To go back to some type of current events, I was very intrigued a little bit behind Allen Iverson interview that I don't know if I'm late to the party, but I didn't know that he loved football the way he said he do. I think I've heard of him playing football. So the point is, he didn't want to play basketball. He wanted to play football. Says his mom's kind of strong-armed him into basketball. But he was able to intertwine because football is competitive, tough, rough. And he said that helped him with basketball mentally because you had to be tough. You know, they show a lot of footage of Iverson getting busy in football. So the thing is, yes, this is an example of stepping outside of what I'm saying as far as stick to what you're great at. Because Iverson should have been a football player if you have him tell it. But he's great as a basketball player, and unless you do the research, that's all the world knows. That's a little sidetracked. Let's go back. So I want to give you some type of tools to use no matter what dream, idea, blueprint you have of whatever you're trying to pursue. Patience. 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 Yes, you're going to get frustrated, but you shouldn't let it overwhelm you that much to where you give up or intake too much negative. Things are not going to just go that smoothly. You feel me? There's going to be work. It's always going to be work. Don't give up. Technology is at your advantage. So if anything that you can do technology-wise, take full advantage of. Far as creating pages, creating a website, creating interaction between the mass public through any social media. We talk how negative social media can be, but it's very useful in these type of terms. So the appearance you have, how often, you must be very active in promo. Promo doesn't have a time or limit. Promo to death. You know what I mean? Through every channel you have, through every social media you have, through your website, and you just got to keep kicking at that. You can't wait on people to share it. You got to just share and keep moving. You know, when you show it to someone, they may possibly like it. They may possibly give it a retweet. But you can't count on that. That shouldn't make you slack on the amounts of times and where you're going with it. So keep at it. Keep at it. That's about 80% of it right there. What you do physically, like if you go out to places, you go to events that resemble similar goals. You know, if you have a clothing line, you go to clothing line type of events. You know, if you have whatever you have going on, you have to go to events that showcase this stuff. Not just once in a blue, all of the time. Everything you hear, anything that's reachable, anything you can make it to. It's not once in a blue, because if you take a week off, that's like almost a year in reality. A week is like a year. So that's how active you have to remain. So that would be the physical part. And I think for the most part, you'll start to develop knowledge and wisdom and confidence that offer just those two examples right there that you can figure out the rest of the way. But I'm going to tell you this now. No one's rooting for you. I hate to be that harsh. You might say there's some that you can find that's rooting for you. Some give you some words of encouragement. Some may reach out to you. But nobody's rooting for you in the sense of there's levels. They could be rooting for you like they don't wish bad and they're not hating. But rooting for you, to me, means being active with you and doing what they possibly can to help push whatever you got going on. So if you listen to that carefully, what I just said, no one's rooting for you. It's very rare that someone's going to take the same energy or even close to the same energy that you have for your own vision to get somewhere. So do this shit by yourself. And it's crazy because rewardingly, when you make it, that's when people will share. That's when people will give energy to it, when it's already a thing. But to get something going, no one's going to do it, bro and sis. No one's going to do it. Everybody likes to celebrate something that already hit. Share. Act like they up on it too. Act like they knew it was coming. Act like they have the similar capabilities. So they jump the wagon, share, post. Be like, damn, wouldn't it be a slap in the face? But don't take it personal. Again, oddly, it's a part of the rewards. Because now people are doing the shit for you when you don't really need them no more. But I take it. Hell, I'd laugh. Because you could sit there and go, well, damn, when nobody knew of this person wouldn't share shit. I might get a like. Now there's shares, comments, likes. It's crazy how it manifests once it's popping. But that's what you're trying to do. Get to popping. You know it, you see it, you believe in it. But it's not there yet. It's not believable yet. It hasn't proven anything yet. So nobody's with it. Nobody. And it's also sad to report that it really doesn't take like extravagant talent, skill, or something phenomenal. It could be. You aim for that, for greatness, right? But once it pops, it pops. And the quality of it is hit or miss. Because there's some that just, they pop and you're like, it's all right. And that might frustrate you too. So I would advise, another advice would be to pay attention to who else is in your field, who else is going for the same thing you going for, and who else has made it off for the thing you going for. But you can't let that consume you too much, because if you really judge the quality of people who made it versus people who are trying to make it, it can get you distracted. It can get you frustrated because you're saying, well, damn, I put my blood, sweat, and tears. I'm no gimmick, no play, and damn, I can't get a break to save, you know what I mean? But you see X, Y, and Z, and you're like, really? That's what you want? That's what you want? So that's like the difference between wiping your ass with toilet paper and flushable wipes. You decide which one you rather use. I ain't judging either. But it's just wild. And you can't let that consume you because it'll distract the shit out of you. So again, keep this positive energy going. Stay focused. Stay up on things. Try to attend as much shit as you can. Like I said, your promo game, your interaction game online is like the easiest thing today, because a lot of the people before us didn't have these luxuries of internet to just basically, what are you doing with your day? Like, people that work regular jobs still find a way to intervene and get into that type of promo game or interaction or internet or whatever, even with a job, even with a family. So if you have the benefits of no real family, meaning no kids, if you're not working anywhere else or you're doing some like off the books little something just to generate some paper, you are at a higher advantage, because all you got is time. And I'm telling you, the people who trying to make it just like you, again, that have family, that have jobs, that they still find a way and they still make time. Gee, I hate to say that there's somebody I know very well, self. Hey, self. Family, job. So there's no excuse. And when we say no excuse, stop making excuses, stop complaining, stop being bitter. It's to yourself. It's not for people. So even though it comes from people, fuck them. Excuse my French. For real though. Straight up. That to them. Because again, nobody's rooting for you. So when I say no excuses, don't be bitter, stop being negative, it's within yourself, because no matter if they label it crazy, you talk to yourself, you interact with yourself. These things is like for you first. So when you sitting there going, yo, I'm trying, but it's you trying to psych yourself out. When you bitter, it's you bitter into you. It's like you upset of yourself because you're not getting where you want to be. You lack the patience, you lack the drive, so you pissed at yourself. And then it trickles down on whoever else, or if somebody comments or come across you and you want to fucking pop off damn near because you already got yourself psyched out, or you already got yourself hyped up in the wrong way. So now anybody mentions anything of the similar, you gone through the roof. So it's very important how you address yourself, how you approach yourself. I don't want to make it like you gotta like over exaggerated or over yo, I can't get that word. Sensualize it. Stay with me. Whoa, my biggest obstacle as a potter. Potster. No, for real though. Like, what you tell yourself and how you move with yourself. This word is huge. It's so important in anything you're trying to do. Because again, you have to keep yourself at bay. So any little progress, it's not to boast, brag, post in that order. It's to pat yourself on the back. If I wake up, as small as it may seem, I check my following every day. And if it's 5 new followers one day, I don't talk to nobody. Yo, I got 5. No, it's not about that. If anything you put out, views. All right, if I put something out yesterday and today I see an additional 10 views. It's not to say, hey, yo, check it out, I got 10. That's not it. Use that to keep going because someone is watching. Whether they're going to help or not, that's not your problem. And they don't owe you nothing. Especially when the new view, the new like is someone you don't personally know. They don't owe you nothing. Take it and say, that's somebody that didn't know me yesterday, that didn't like something yesterday, that didn't view it yesterday. They viewed it today. And that's enough. Use that and aim for tomorrow. Now I need 2 more people tomorrow. And so what? You're going to take slides. So you can jump 5 today and drop to none tomorrow. That's just an off day. Use what you watch, interact with, and see, and show that nobody's perfect. So even the people that made it, you want to do that if you got that much time on your hands? I'm talking about the people with no family, no kids really, and they do like little odd jobs on the side. Watch the people who made it. I don't want to blast nobody. It's like, do your thing. Let's say Rihanna. Let's say she got 10 million followers today, 10.1. Watch. Every day she not going to get numbers. There may be a day she don't get numbers. Or maybe her average a day is 1,000 and there's a day you find where she only got 100. This is still human. This is still imperfect. So people that made it still got to kind of work. You know what I'm saying? And their numbers aren't automatic all the time. It's a lot of it, and you probably won't notice it unless you really are that scientific with the breakdown of, all right, I'm going to pick 5, 2, 3 people in my craft that has made it and watch their success. Watch how they make it every day. And you can use that as well. So find what entertains you. Find what pleases you. Find what keeps you from the negative so you can continue to push for whatever you believe in. Find ways. Because God is so easy to just get lost. You be here one day pushing something, talking something, everybody see it, or whoever seen it, and then the next day is like, where he at? Where they at with it? What happened? Y'all had a good thing going. It was moving. If you had the patience, you would have saw results. But you get distracted, or I know, like, again, I'm gonna want to hold your hand. You should be grown and responsible enough to eat whatever comes with shit that you want. But I know it's not easy. It is frustrating as hell. And what kills me is you're entitled to the same frustrations, whether you've been at it for a week, with whatever you believe in, a month, a decade, or 2 decades. But I know that people with a decade and 2 decades is going to look at the week 1 motherfucker or month 1 and go, you better be easy. Be the fuck easy. Because patience should really be your best friend. But then again, today's day and age, shit is microwave. People want shit to pop right away. You can be the best thing this fast, and you can drop out of sight the same way. So how do you really want your flowers? You want an express mail or standard mail? That was deep. That's why I paused like that. Because it's a fact. It's like today is so rush. Hurry up. Get this little off. As long as I get this off, it's something, instead of the true quality of what we're looking for, what we crave. So you just gotta hold on, and don't use time though, because on the same flip side of the decade or 2 person telling the newbie that you got some nerve to be frustrated, don't look at your time, the decade or 2 person, because that don't matter. If they ain't peep it, they ain't peep it. As hard to believe as that is, they ain't peep it yet. And I ain't gonna go to the negative of where everybody else go with it. Like, you're nobody till somebody kills you. Dead rappers get better promotion. All those kind of quotes we've heard in the past. You can't use that either. Don't think that that's when you'll get your flowers. You know what I mean? You just gotta keep pushing. I'm not even gonna put that as a scenario, honestly. Even though we know how much that can be a reality for some. And you know what? You want to know why I really don't want you to use that? Because you can pass and it still don't pop. So now what? That's like the ultimate. Do you think that affects the spirit? Nobody's gonna ever be able to tell us that. Like, if somebody really went hard their whole life for something, and then God forbid pass, and still no one knows, that's just crazy to me. But again, that's giving that energy where it don't need to be. So again, we're going to focus on the big picture here and say that I'm going to make it while I'm alive. I don't care if it's week 1 or week 1,000. I'm going to keep going. And that's it. And again, it's all within you. There is nobody you can look to. There is no one that's going to push for this more than you. And you heard this before. Me repeating it is a shame because you should know this. But I'm still saying it because some people need to be, that's that type of time they on. Keep repeating. Keep getting told. Hold on. Don't give up. Don't fucking be like waiting for people to fucking hold your hand and baby you, because that's what it is when you feel like you're not getting nowhere and you wondering why you're not getting the support, or you wondering why people are not doing this and not doing that, not responding to your posts, not responding to asking them to share it. Nobody don't owe you nothing. It's a strategy. Yes, it's a strategy that's needed, and they see it. Whether they share it or comment, they see it. And you keep pushing like that. And I told you, when you make it, the reward is going to be them same people are going to start sharing it, commenting. And you still got to humble yourself. I wouldn't bash them because they don't know no better. It's just a habit of, it's just a habit, actually. It's not a habit of anything. I was looking for a term to kind of like outdo myself, I guess. But it's just a force a habit that people just view and keep it pushing. They look, they keep it pushing. TikTok is bigger than you think. It may not get you famous, it may will, but you cannot minus what TikTok is. And I'm talking more to the older folks because I feel like they think that that's irrelevant, kind of like how the Snapchat thing is. I don't know if you have these platforms, if you feel they're important in any way, do you find entertainment in them? But the thing is, everybody views. Everybody has a device when they're traveling, when they're working, when they busting any type of flex. So things are getting seen. Things are being noticed. You are not special yet. Follow me? Not yet. Keep pushing. Do not get distracted by shit you can't control. It does not mean it's over. And back to the original point of how this all started, you're by yourself. Do everything that you think it takes, that normal situations where people with money and who already made it have a team to do. Guess what? You're that team. You do it. Think of it as when the money comes, you'll get the money for all yourself. But you see, the other thing, as I close out, the other thing is you do all of the work yourself, right? And then you get recognized, you get noticed. Now they're going to try to tell you need help. If I got here by myself, I shouldn't need no help once I'm there. But don't be ignorant like that, because I play devil's advocate. On the other side of that, they're trying to reach more places and make it even larger than you think you can. So it's not necessarily a bad thing for the help once you've blown past just, who's this person, to, oh, I know who that is now. So take the help. Fuck it. It's about what kind of help, who does the selecting, and how determined and dedicated they are to reach that goal of, now once you've hit everyone in the U.S. on your own, to reach everybody internationally, because that's the bigger stage. You know what I'm saying? And you want that. You want that. That's also a part of a reward. Don't be bitter by that, because they believe in you now. And you just use that good energy to get a bigger goal, to reach further. You know, it's past taking care of your kids. You know what I mean? Like, it's taking care of your kids. That's the type of time I'm on. That, like 2-3 generations after, they still good. Because if you keep the same energy when you was dolly to when you got somebody who believe in you now, and now they're moving in the direction with you, for you to continue to be great. Because again, for your kids. Because you know what struggle was, you know what struggle is. And if anybody with your bloodline could avoid that, that's the ultimate dope. You can rest in peace for real, because you will pass one day. And if you've done this, they can look at it like, even if they don't really fully get it at the time, you could rest easy and say, at least I made it a little easier for those after me. Don't be bitter, just be mindful. Because again, you know how rough you had it, and your parents and their parents, where it wasn't like that for most of us, where something was left as a head start, something that makes it easier. No, you got to push in this motherfucker to get shit going. It's the only way. The energy got to remain strong. You gotta remain. And I know there's gonna be distractions. Again, imperfect humans. It's okay. I believe you can hold on and get where you need to go. But it's all about you. It's all on you. Who you rely on? You. Who you believe in? You. And that's it. So, run this back. You'll see how influential it is, how pumped it should get you, how motivated it should get you, and see what comes out of that. But stay active is the most important thing I could give you. Continue to strive, and things will go your way. So till next time, y'all be safe. Peace.